I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I'm gonna be so pissed off if he bring that dusty bitch back. You went from this to that.
Now, girl, what we're not gonna do is call Miss Girl Dusty because we know she's not. I know you're trying to make yourself feel better. Okay, all right, I understand. But she is not dusty. Maybe musty, hanging around horny, sweaty ass Keenan, but definitely not dusty. Hello, everybody. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Queenie. For those who don't know me, reviewing Love Island USA Season 5, Episode 21. Now, in as much as I don't have a lot of notes, because I was skipping a lot of useless conversations, we got a lot to talk about. So before I get into it, please make sure to like this video, subscribe and hit the bell, and leave a comment down below. Also, before you leave a comment, if it has to do with asking me to explain certain things, don't ask me. Go watch the previous videos. Most likely, the answers you want from me are already answered in those videos. So KK says that she feels stupid for falling for a guy who constantly pushes her boundaries.
I just gave everything to someone who didn't deserve it. Again. The two things was publicly embarrassing me and blatantly disrespecting me, and he's done both of those things.
Seeing you break down like that, just like it says, it's a pattern like this, and it really hit. And I just want you to like really watch your heart.
People don't treat people they care about like that.
Yeah.
You can't convince me he care about me right now.
Yeah.
Keenan's a fucking fraud.
I called him a fraud too. Look at us, same page. Okay. You know, it's interesting to hear her say that the boundary of respect and not being publicly embarrassed actually came from KK and not Keenan. And now it makes a lot more sense why Keenan obviously wants to do stuff, but has already disrespected and publicly embarrassed KK. And so he doesn't want to look like the bad guy to her and also to the public. So he's holding his, he's holding his hormones. Like Imani said though, this is a pattern. KK has acknowledged herself that she tends to go for guys who do this to her. And so Imani is saying, if this is a pattern, then you need to pick yourself up and pick different. You need to pick different. We cannot keep complaining. What's the phrase? Insanity. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting a different result. Something like that. Girl, don't be insane. In the main villa, Keenan, I thought Keenan himself was a demon, but apparently he likes women who battle with demons.
You just make it so much more difficult. Like, why do you have so much integrity? It's a compliment. It's a compliment. It really is.
Like a devil and an angel.
You got a dimple?
Yeah.
I like dimples.
Why are we even entertaining this whole, you're the devil? Oh, I got a devil on my shoulder. Ah! That's the Christian in me jumping out ew, no, what the hell? Yeah, he really likes the chase. He likes the temptation of it all. And yeah, the whole don't disrespect me, don't embarrass me in public thing is not even his rule. So I can see why he likes to push the boundaries a lot when it comes to KK's rules and boundaries. Real talk though, I don't know if this is me projecting, and it very well could be. But sometimes when Keenan talks about the different characteristics of fun size, I feel like he is inadvertently shading KK. He had talked about her natural beauty earlier. He had talked about her confidence earlier. He now in this episode talked about her integrity. I'm just like, does he take KK for idiot? He must. He must. He must. Again, could be projecting, but I'm just like, the way that he makes it a point to say, you're this way, sounds to me as if he's saying, and she's not. It's a silent and she's not, but that's the impression that I get. So I'm just thinking to myself, if fun size is all these things that KK isn't, at this point, you might as well bring her back. At the end of the episode, for me, it was further proved that Keenan would have brought her back if he knew public perception wouldn't have seen him a certain way. We also got to remember that they had a public vote. They had results of the public votes and how they feel about them. And also the women have talked about how he has been treating KK and how it's not favorable for him. So I'm pretty sure if he wasn't as concerned about public perception, he would have been moving completely different. Honey, Mike, it didn't take too long, did he? Mike has hit us with the 180. And now he's after Hannah.
I feel like you've been looking at me a little bit. Maybe like a little glance here and there.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Okay, so at least you picked up on that.
Okay. So I just wanted to see like if you would be interested in sharing a bed with me.
So yeah, I mean, if like that's cool with you.
I would be open to sharing a bed with her. But I want you to know, like, I'm not stepping back from you. Like, I still want to pursue this connection.
Because ridiculous. I don't have time for that.
Do I need to speak or we understand? Okay, we understand. Okay, cool. Mike's sister online has been saying it's really hard having to defend somebody who you love, like on television. Essentially, she's been fighting for her life in these comments. Baby, this is you right now.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
if you were fighting in the comments before, you were in the trenches now. Oh, how could I even forget? Because I'm not going to talk too much about what happened in the night. This man told Naja, she gonna get her real name because she deserves. I need to test out being in the bed with Hannah because one of my strong love languages is physical touch. Now, I need men to be for real and first of all, actually do the test and not just assume which is your love language. And secondly, sexual favors is not what physical touch being your love language means. That's not what that means. So homegirl giving her a handy in bed, I'm like, of course. First of all, Hannah, girl, the standards are in the pits, truly. But secondly, Mike, one, this just goes to show how flippant you are with your words, because if not for Hannah, I would have thought 1000% he was picking Naja the way that he was so enamored by her seemingly. It only made sense. But then jumped straight into bed with Hannah, accepted a handy from her. We're going to talk about what he did at the end of the episode. And I'm just like, wow. Yeah, poor his sister. Poor his sister. Leo is having a really hard time. And he tells John, I think he tells Johnny, listen, you're occupying a lot of mental real estate right now.
What's on your mind? Oh.
Just kidding.
I'm ready for the heartbreak.
You looking at me the other day?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. I can't even lie. But it's like such an overwhelming feeling. Oh my God. Overwhelming feeling for me.
You getting nervous?
I'm definitely still getting nervous.
On top of him saying that he has connected with her on a level that he has yet to connect with Cassie, they had sex, and now just seeing him be so giddy about this girl, there's no other choice than to bring her. There's no other choice than to bring her, and there's no other choice to just stand 10 toes down and say, yup, that's what I did. I would do it again. Okay, well, maybe not I would do it again. But that's what I did, and I'm sticking to it. The next morning, in the morning debriefs, we have Hannah and Mike who admit to kissing, which is a lie by omission because they didn't talk about the little, feeling the pain. Keenan and Fun Size didn't even talk about their escapades at all, even though I'm convinced this is now the second handy that he has received from Miss Fun Size. We're keeping that under wraps. Interesting. I hope if they're going to do a movie night, which is kind of irrelevant at this point because they've already seen the video, I hope those two nights come up. And I hope that there's some way for them to differentiate that these were two different nights. But anyways, let's move on. Then we have Bergie, who is just omitting physical initiation altogether.
I'm still feeling really good about our connection and
Me
everything.
too,
Like
me
it's
too.
the strongest one I've felt since day one. I'm not
Yeah.
lying. Like I'm being straight up.
If you want to grab my leg,
Okay.
don't be
Don't be
afraid.
afraid. Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
you don't have to be timid with me.
Definitely sexually attracted to you.
Yeah.
And it's hard. Like I've never broken that barrier before. You know what I mean?
There is something off about this connection. And I truly feel like, yes, Bergie does give attention to who gives attention to him. And yes, he does struggle with initiating physical affection. If Ombre was his real type, his ideal type, his typical type, I don't think it would have been this hard. I don't think she would have to keep like trying to coax it out of him. Although he does need that nudge in the right direction, I don't think it would have needed this hard of a push. So in the other episode, when I was saying I need Bergie to have some discernment, there's nothing wrong with opening yourself up. There's nothing wrong with trying something new, but you also need to make sure that you're connecting with this person, not solely for the fact that they like you, so therefore I'll like you back. No, he needs to actually be attracted and drawn and enticed by this woman, and I just don't feel it. We're gonna skip to the recoupling, honey, because that is the main event. Mike is first, and he had to choose Hannah after what they did last night. And I know production is beaming because they want to make sure that the Hannahs get to meet each other. Jonah is next, and he chooses to couple up with Taylor C. Destiny, as we know, has decided to come back with Zay. And the pettiness, she gonna be petty to the bitter end.
You were coupled up with Jonah, but you were making out with Mike in soul ties, no less.
I was coupled up with Jonah. I forgot about that. But that's true.
Wow.
You just reminded me. Thank you.
Okay, Destiny, like that's enough. Honestly, that's enough. There's entertainment, there's her, taking her time with stuff, and then there's you just being a rude person. And at this point, she's just rude. I don't understand what Jonah did. She'll have to come out the show and explain to deserve this attitude that's coming from her. Like, girl, for what? And then all of this big talk you've been talking about Zay, if you end up being petty to him as well, girl, you're the problem. Truly, you're the problem. I don't even want to go at Destiny like this, but it's getting tired. I'm so sick of it. Girl, maybe I shouldn't do too much because I really would like to see her come on this channel and talk about it. Like, I need an explanation, because for why? For what? For how? For when? For where? This is so unnecessary. We then have Imani, who obviously decided to recouple with Kyle. Bergie recoupled up with Black Taylor. Kenzo and Carmen both decided to stick with each other, but listen. I know y'all think you're gonna get this vote with y'all cute little run to each other and look at us, we love each other. You're not getting the vote. You're not getting it. The only props I'll give you is Carmen exposing the boys in that video.
Did you think Kenzo would stay loyal?
I really did. We got a video that left us like questionable about other boys.
We ain't get a damn thing.
Did y'all not hear anything about that yet?
Hell no.
Nice little video.
Yeah, it was interesting.
I'll give you that, girl. I'll give you that. It's not good enough to secure you the win from me, but some other people like Carmen. My friend really likes Carmen. I need to have a talk with her. But yeah, I'm here for the drama, but you're not gonna win. Leo is next, and he chose to recouple up with Johnny, which means the girls are now piecing together who had sex with Johnny.
Leo, is there anything you want to say?
End of the day, I have to put myself first, and I don't feel regret towards anything that's transpired because I'm happy that I have Johnny with me.
As messed up as it is, like I've said, when it comes to Casa Amor, I love people who stand by their decisions. Leo said, yeah, it's messed up, but I did that, and I would do it again. No, he didn't say he'll do it again, but he's like, I did it. I'm not gonna hide my tail between my legs. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna stand in it. I did it. I like the girl. I'm glad to keep pursuing things. I rate it. Then Cassie comes back. I'm of two minds. I understand her having the vim because it's like, wow, clearly I was just nothing to you if you can have sex with this girl in 3 minutes. Not for 3 minutes, but maybe probably for 3 minutes too, if nobody heard it like that. But then also I'm thinking, but you've been saying things about Leo too. And you also explored too, so like, why are you mad though?
I knew it, dude. Fucking cunt.
He fucked her, so.
Oh, shit.
That's disgusting. I thought I knew you, but I don't know you. I thought it couldn't be him. We told each other before
that we were falling for each other. So I was like, he wouldn't do that to me.
Her presence annoys me, but honey, the drama is drama-ing. And I love it. Yo, Leo's jaw the entire time was just like his teeth would have shattered if he had clenched any harder. Like, yo, it was so tense and I loved every moment. Then we have Marco and Hannah who chose each other, and the only thing that would have made it cuter is if she was coupling up with somebody else. Last and certainly not least was Keenan, who decided to stick with KK, and so did KK, but she came with some heat.
I feel like soul ties is crazy.
Oh my.
I feel like the disrespect is crazy.
Don't kiss your teeth at her.
You're just not a man with boundaries. And I can't fuck with it, because you fuck around and you find out. The video was very 4K.
Okay, for sure. For sure.
I deserve better. And I will find better.
Yeah.
I give it 24 hours. My faith in KK, I don't even have none. I was gonna give you a measurement, but I can't measure nothing. I have no faith in KK. I would love for her to prove me wrong. I don't think that she will. I don't. It looks like in the next episode, not even in the next episode, in this episode, she took his hand while he was trying to help her. I get it, yeah, chivalry. I love chivalry too, so okay, fine. But I'm just like, the way I would not touch you, the way I would not look in your direction, the way I would not want to breathe your air, like, no. I'm glad she didn't bring Brandon back because it would have been out of spite. We know she was genuinely not into him. Even earlier in the episode when I was watching their conversations, yes, they do have good conversations, but there isn't that romance between them, you can tell. There's no spark. Sad days. I don't think she would have sparked with anybody, honestly, if not Keenan or just like Keenan. And so, like I said when Casa first started, I think that Kyle was supposed to be that. And he wasn't. So yeah, I give it 24 hours, maybe even 48. But that's being very optimistic. Oh no. Would that be optimistic or pessimistic? It doesn't matter. I just see them getting back together. I didn't really like that Sophie. I always want to call her Sophie, man. What's her name? Sophie? No. Sarah. I really didn't like that Sarah sent away the Casa people so quick. Like, the best thing about the Casa people being there is bringing them back for at least 5 to 7 minutes to talk about what happened in Casa to really rile up the OG people. I guess the video is supposed to do that. They got the video, so they don't really need the Casa people to talk. But I would have liked to hear Fun Size and KK have a conversation. Or maybe they're going to bring her back later. That'd be interesting to see. As always, please make sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one.